and welcome to Tech to Tech presented by KYZEN, where we will explore common cleaning questions and answers. Let's get started. I'd like to introduce KYZEN's own Fernando Rueda.
Thanks, William. Welcome, everybody. My name is Fernando Rueda, as William mentioned, and I'm the Global Product Line Manager for Industrial Products, AQ's Industrial Products for KYZEN. We are going to talk today about how to start a new cleaning process and what are the best steps to get long-term success and avoid unnecessary trouble. So what should we consider in a cleaning process? So the process cleaning rate, which is basically the process parameters and a couple other factors. The parts being clean, whether they are multi-metal or not, etc. Type of soil or contaminants that the parts have. The cleaning equipment that we use is a critical part of the process. The cleanliness requirements that we need to meet, and any environmental concerns and safety concerns. So the process cleaning rate, we are basically going to try to find the ideal common point between the mechanical forces, the cleaning product, the chemistry, and the contaminant that we're cleaning. So the process cleaning rate is the static cleaning rate, which is basically anything that applies to the chemistry, plus the dynamic cleaning rate, which is the mechanical energy or impingement that the machine brings, the equipment brings, and also the temperature that we apply. Okay, so which are the process variables, the process parameters that we need to watch? Time, energy, which, as I mentioned before, is related to the machine, to the equipment that we are using. Solvency, which is the chemistry that we're using. And when we are using solvents, that is fixed because we are using them at 100% concentration. So there is no change in that. And the temperature, okay? Typically for solvents, it's also fixed because the solvents are going to be working at their boiling point in most cases. So in terms of cleaning agents, what's the best technology that we can use for our process? So we need to keep in mind the cleaning agent technology matching the soil that we are removing. We need to be able to dissolve and remove that soil with the cleaning product. We need to make sure that the cleaning product is compatible with the cleaning equipment. There are no problems with seals or with any other material that the equipment is made from, plus that, depending on what type of equipment, the chemistry is made for the type of mechanical agitation that is being applied. We also need to consider the metal alloy or the type of metals that we are cleaning, okay, for compatibility, potential compatibility problems. And if we need to protect them from corrosion, whether it's in process or long-term. Once we are done with our using our product, we need to make sure that we have the proper treatment plants before disposing of the product. If we are doing it directly, if not, we can always use a waste management company that can help us with that. And always, if we need to meet with any industry standards required by our customers or the process itself. So let's talk about the cleaning equipment. What's the best type of impingement? We have different types. So we have ultrasonics, we have spray in air, and spray under immersion as some of the most common ones. Okay. So the key part about this is setting up the machine properly, installing it properly, and setting it up with the proper process parameters, a proper monitoring system, because we want to have that process controlled, being stable and repeatable. And again, the machine needs to be installed and configured with all these, the right way from the beginning. In terms of the parts that we're cleaning, are we dealing with one type of metal or one type of alloy or multiple alloys? So we have to worry about, again, like I mentioned before, compatibility, potential compatibility issues with the chemistry and the metal, and rust protection, whether it's in process or long term. There are cases, for example, in terms of compatibility, where the equipment itself, the mechanical energy that the equipment applies, could be damaging to certain metals. So we have to watch all that. And then the design of the parts, how they are built, orifices, blind holes, fine pitch threads, etc., can determine the difficulty level of the cleaning process. Soils and contaminants. Okay, so we have different types: organics like oil, greases, etc., that can come from forming or stamping operations. Inorganic type like metal fines, oxides, etc., that require different types of chemicals to be removed. Oxides, again, different type of chemical for that. And then we look at process control. In process control, we are going to be working with the parameters that I mentioned before: time, energy, solvency, and temperature. Okay, we need to maintain those stable so we get repeatable results. And we have different ways of controlling, especially the concentration, the solvency aspect of these parameters. Alkaline products will be monitored with conductivity. Neutral products can be monitored via titration or conductivity. And acid products have to be monitored through titration. In terms of cleanliness, how do we check our cleanliness, the results? So we are going to have to look out for different industry standards that we might be trying to meet and follow their specs, like ISO 16232 in automotive, and VDA 19.1. Cleanliness test, how do we test for this? So there are different methods: millipore, dynes, which measures the surface tension, visual inspection, and there are other types that we can use. In terms of environmental and safety, the safety aspect, the proper documentation, proper use of the product, the product stewardship. Odor can be a factor because it could give people headaches, etc. And always we need to know what the proper personal protection equipment is. So, in terms of environmental impact, we need to be looking for all the environmental regulations that our local authorities have in place. Any government or corporate phase out just to replace the products that we're currently using or that we are not allowed to use if it is a new process. Wastewater treatment, as I said before, some companies have their own wastewater treatment before they dispose of the product. Other companies will hire a waste management company to get rid of these residues of the used products. Energy conservation is another aspect that you need to have the best and most efficient process possible to reduce the energy consumption. It's not only good for the environment, but it's also beneficial to reduce the cost of the process. Air emissions, again, related to all environmental regulations that you have at the local level. And in closing, what what are the keys to success that we're looking at? So equipment, it's one of the big pieces. Chemistry, it's another one. Make sure that we have the right one for the residues and the parts that we are dealing with. Setting up the proper process parameters correctly. And controlling your process to make sure that those process parameters are stable and we get repeatable results. And always validate your process under production conditions. Lab testing is one thing, or limited part testing is one thing to verify whether your equipment and your chemistry work, but you want to run the validation under production conditions or simulated production conditions. And what are some of the frequently asked questions on this topic? So I'm cleaning steel parts. Can I use the same cleaning agent to clean aluminum parts? Well, that will depend. There are cleaning agents that are compatible only with certain metals, but there are certain cleaning agents in the market that are multi-metal safe. So you could use those products when you have multiple metals like aluminum and steel that have different characteristics and tolerance to chemicals. What is the best way to monitor my chemical concentration? Again, automated methods are ideal. You eliminate the human factor, but you can use also manual methods like conductivity, titration, etc. How can you tell if your parts are clean? There are different methods out there, millipore, surface tension. Some people just do visual inspection or a white cloth method where you just wipe the part with a white cloth and make sure that the cloth comes out clean. How do you dispose of the chemistry after you're done using it? That again, you have waste treatment plants that you can install in your facility, or you can hire a waste management company for this. And how can I avoid flash corrosion in my process? There are products out there that provide in-process protection, and there are even some other products that not only provide the protection in process, but it provides also long-term protection. So, and that's without reducing the efficiency in the cleaning process. And thank you, William. Back to you.
Thanks, Fernando. And thank you guys for watching this Tech to Tech session. If you would like to discuss this topic further or have any questions not answered in the session, please contact your local KYZEN regional manager or send an email to tech@KYZEN.com, and we will have someone follow up with you as soon as possible. And if you like this video, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms for more expert cleaning content.